What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you once again for being here. My name is Rich. This is RR37. We're back again with the Boro today in the FIFA 21 career mode. It is a big one today, absolutely no doubt. We have got the Newcastle game coming up. As you can see, you just saw that we have qualified for the Europa League, so we'll be checking out our group there. We'll have a look at how we're getting on in the league as well. We've got transfer deadline day coming up, so there's a hell of a lot going on in this episode today. Also, we've got a game in the cup, the first round of our Defence of the Carabao Cup. That'll be against Villa. So yeah, a lot to get through, so let's crack on with it. Starting with a look at the table, we're just going to scroll up the teams here so you can see how your favourite side's getting on. It doesn't mean much at this point, of course, but it just helps us to recap what was going on after the last episode, how everything finished up. And as you can see, we are at the moment sitting in 6th position. Not doing too badly actually, better than I thought that we would be. Our next game is actually against Newcastle, so a win could take us up above them. But yeah, like I say, it doesn't really mean too much at the moment. While we're here as well now, we'll jump in and have a look at our group for the Europa League. So we have got Porto, Panathinaikos and Rapid Wien. It's hard to say really how we are going to get on in the Europa League. There's no pressure on it as such, so we'll just enjoy the experience. We'll play the first few games and see how we get on from there. Just going through the other groups at the moment. There's some tough looking ones in there. You've got Monaco, Freiburg, Prada in that one. Lazio, Braga, Young Boys and Vitesse, Chelsea, Ghent, Trabzonspor and Basel in Group F. That's a pretty tough one. Leicester, Bordeaux, Fenerbahce and Molde. Again, pretty competitive one there. Valencia, Feyenoord, Midtjylland and Rosenborg. Then you got in Group I, it's Roma, Lille, Athens and Luzern. That's quite a good group as well. J is Sevilla, Hoffenheim, Antwerp and Cluj. K is Betis, AZ, don't even know how you say that one, and FCSB. Group L, Napoli, Copenhagen, Utrecht and Warsaw. That is a really tough group. That's probably the toughest group for me, I think, in the competition. But for us, like I say, we'll play the first few games, see how the group starts to take shape. Of course, I'd like to stay in the competition, at least get to the knockouts. That'd be really good, but realistically, is that I don't know, is that realistic? I think we could even do that. The board wants quarterfinals, not too sure about that one, but yeah, it is what it is. We'll have to just see how we get on there. Now though, as before we played the European game, we had a couple of transfer offers come in for Fry, and since then we have had one come in for Phoenix as well. I'm not really, to be honest with you, looking to let Phoenix or Fry go, that's for sure, but a wider view of that is, to be honest with you, I'm not really looking to let anyone leave at the moment. We have just, for instance, qualified for the Europa League. We've got a Carabao Cup game today. There's the Premier League games. There's the FA Cup games as well. So there is going to be a lot of football to be played this season, at least up until the January transfer window. So I just don't really think it's all that smart to be letting players go at the moment. Of course, that could change. We've got, like I said, deadline day coming up ourselves, so we're going to be looking at what we could possibly do there. We have already mentioned in the previous episodes that possibly left back, but definitely goalkeeper, and in Walker's position, the right attack midfield position, is somewhere that we are going to be looking to strengthen. And since then I've been thinking about it, and maybe, just maybe, one more striker as well, but not someone permanent, maybe someone on loan, just because of Silas's injury at the moment. So that could be something that we look into. But before all that, we're going to deal with this Newcastle game and get that out of the way. Before that happens though, we've got another couple of offers here. Walker to go out on loan to Bournemouth. Not really going to be looking to strengthen teams around us, if I'm honest. We haven't been playing that well on the pitch. Yes, we've got results, but performances are just not there at the moment, so I'm definitely not going to be looking to strengthen anyone that could be challenging us to stay up this season. Newcastle away. Don't really know what to think of this one at the moment in terms of results. It's going to be a tough game, as everyone has been at the moment on this ultimate difficulty, so yeah, it's hard to say how this one is going to go, but let's see what the board, not the board, want to know this time. And will the opposition be worrying about us because we've qualified for the Europa League? Honestly, probably not. We're just going to prepare for the game as best we can, the way that we normally would. Still racking up them A's and B's in training, so we are working hard on the training ground. And it's been a quiet transfer window for us so far. Yep, that is true. We've had that question before, and again, for what we're supposed to be achieving this season, I am happy with the group. I just want to bring in one or two more in those two positions that I was on about. Of course, though, we can't forget that the board do want us to make at least 3 signings this season, so we're going to have to probably take care of that as well. And can we keep this great run going? At the moment, I'm happy with the way that we're performing. I wouldn't say that we're on a great run. I think we're doing okay at best, would be the honest answer to that one. But he is hoping that we can bounce back from that loss against United in the last episode and do something here against Newcastle. And Newcastle are actually doing something quite interesting here. They're playing at home with the 5 at the back, or it's a 5-4-1. So I'm thinking that maybe there's an opportunity for us here with Callum Wilson being on his own up front to maybe just try something different tactically and get a bit higher up the pitch against these. I mean, Callum Wilson's a good player. He's a great player actually, and he is dangerous in front of goal, but am I worried about him running in behind us? Not really. Their left side as well with Fraser and Richie is quite interesting. Both are good players, but Richie at left back again, I'm not too sure about that one. So yeah, we are going to try it, I think. At this point in the Premier League, we're not really expected to go out and win every game, so why not experiment with things, especially away from home. I think there is a real good opportunity for us here to really put the squeeze on them and hopefully make it a struggle for them to get out of their own half, with only, like I say, Wilson to aim for. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. Like I say, there is the chance, as we've just had confirmed there, that we could possibly jump these today and go above them with a win. Just saw the Alan Shearer tifo there. What a striker he was. If we got him in our team, jeez. But anyway, we are underway now. We're away today at St James's. We could do with a win here just to restore a little bit of confidence after the United game, where we found out that the margins on this ultimate difficulty, especially against Premier League opposition, are so fine. We really genuinely deserve something out of the United game, but came away with nothing ultimately. So yeah, hopefully we showed we can compete, and I'm hoping we can do that again today. But it is again gonna be tough, and that wasn't the greatest start there, being out-strengthened. Ayers missed his tackle, and we are 1-0 down, 5.5 minutes into the game. The guy I was talking about before the game as well, Callum Wilson, saying how dangerous that he actually was, has just gone and proven exactly that point. That was just too easy. I don't even want to know. I don't know what he was thinking, what he was trying. Wilson didn't even have to do any kind of skill or anything magical to get past him. He just literally strolled by, and that's Wilson's account open for the season. And 5.5 minutes into the game, we are now 1-0 down. that is going to play right into the hands of Newcastle, who are clearly set up today to counter-attack. Yeah, where do we go from here, guys? Where do we go from here? We need a quick response, that is for sure. So, yeah, we need to keep the ball moving and try and get past this 9-10 man defence. 9 men, isn't it? Of course. Can we shoot here, maybe, with Fletcher? It took too long there, got caught in 2 minds. Oh, that's nicely worked there to get in behind here with Brown. He's whipped one in Akpom. Oh, it's just wide. Akpom's in the net, but the ball is not. I felt for sure that had gone in. Dubravka was beaten. And yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking there as well. That was close. Maybe we found our way in though. Maybe it's around the sides today against this 5-man defence. We did win the header there, but it went straight back to one of theirs, unfortunately. And yeah, we got it back there as well now. Cook brings it forward. Brown as well, outside here to Fletcher. Oh, nice bit of skill by Fletcher, but Dubravka saves it with a foot. It's come back out and Brown hits the rebound in. We're only down for 10 minutes. We've been the better team in the opening 15, honestly. It was just that one defensive mistake. We found our way through nearly with Akpom down the left-hand side just a few minutes ago. We make no mistake this time. That is a great bit of quick feet there from Fletcher. He's really unlucky not to score himself, but that is a nice finish with the defenders running out at him from Brown. That's his 2nd of the season so far, and we're back in the game now, boys. Come on. I'll tell you what, lads, we look good on the ball today, but when we lose it, we're looking terrible. Absolutely terrible. I did sort of notice it, but didn't know if it was just something to do with that match in particular against United. But it seems to be the same here as well. And although the teams against us keep going down the outside at the moment, it's down the centres really. The 2 midfielders and the 2 centre-backs are too far apart all the time. And oh my life, we're 2-1 down. Who is it this time? Santon is that, I think. St James's Park's obviously really happy at the moment, but not Ayer again. It's just so easy to get past him. He's having an absolute stinker of a game today. Maybe I'll drag him for his own good, really. He's been beaten so easily twice today, but then in a couple of days' time we're going to be playing again in the cup, so it's really difficult, like I mentioned in the last episode, at the moment to really rotate. It's probably wouldn't do him much good to drag him off after half an hour anyway, but if he keeps on getting beaten like that, I don't think he'll be seeing out the full 90 minutes. But yeah, it's too easy to get down the middle of the park at the moment. We've got the players there now, in which case it shouldn't be happening. I kind of understood against United being against like mid-80 rated players and higher, but it's happening in this game as well. See if we can do something here though. We've got Fletcher again, but look how deep Newcastle are. Just run and hit it. He does. They're not coming out at us at all. Maybe distant shooting is the one today. Looking at that. Can we do something with a corner now? Cook swings it in. It's one as well. But Ferguson wins the header, I think. But it's a save from Dubravka again. Honestly, guys, Newcastle have not been better than us in this game. They've got forward twice and they've scored twice, which is really concerning. But they're offering nothing this time. Akpom tries the shot from distance. It's like we have noticed that now. Oh, that's a great ball. Ferguson, who just had been denied by the header, gets himself into a bit of space, and I'll tell you what about that finish? That was really assured on his left foot. Just bends it, passes it straight into the keeper. Dubravka had absolutely no chance with that one. It comes out to him, he passes it off, it gets passed back in, and just look at that. He's got the whole his left hand side of the goal to aim for, and he just calmly strokes it into the net, hits the side netting right behind the post, and meaning like I just said, Dubravka, no chance with that one. And that is Ferguson now up and running this season as well. But yeah, Newcastle, like I said before that happened, have not been better than us at all in this game. We've just let them forward twice. They've scored twice, but like I said, that in itself is concerning. I really wanted to tighten our defence this season, but we started just like we did in the Championship, and we're leaking goals left, right and centre. So maybe, just maybe, after we've got all the players in that we might need to get in on deadline day, that we end the episode after the Villa game and I'll go away and look at a different system where maybe we've tried 5 at the back. I don't want to go 5 at the back again, especially at the Riverside. I touched on that in the first season, but maybe we go with a formation that has 3 central midfielders. We can have one just sitting in the gap that the defence is leaving. That's potentially something to look at there. But we'll see. We'll see. We're back in this game now. It's almost time for the second half. Basically, if we can get a goal ahead and take control of this game, we could do really well here. But Almiron now gets in. That is the worry. That is the first save as well that Stojanovic, by the way, has made in this game. The other 2 have gotten past him. It's nice to see he wasn't beaten at his near post though. That's something, I suppose. And injury time should be over now, and it's not. And that header from Akpom was terrible. That was the clear button, guys. So it was supposed to be going away from the goal, not straight back to the guy who took the corner. We're almost at 50 minutes now. It's a bit of a joke, but that is indeed half time. We've come away level. Very strange game, this one. We are much the better side, but every time Newcastle come forward they score, so work to do with that defence, and I do honestly believe that it's a system problem rather than a personnel problem. So maybe we address that as well and see if we got enough players to change it, and if not, we can bring it in, bring some in deadline day before the window shuts. But for now, we just got to work with what we've got. We've not had a bad start to the season. We've been the better team in this game, so let's see if we can make that count now. Fletcher's got some room here, just wide though, on his right foot this time, feeling confident that that was going in. It is bending back, but just not enough, just the wrong side of the post. But that's exactly the kind of beginning to the first half we want. And you see the stats there about how far ahead we've been in chance creation, possession, territory, and that in this game. But we've got to make it count, and we have got to tighten up at the back. Can we do anything here though? We're recycling the ball high up the pitch, which was tactically what I wanted in this game. Walker now chops back onto the left foot, and Dubravka saves at the near post again. That's the first bit of play that Walker has offered in this game at all. I'd just like to say, guys, it is not that I don't like him. I actually do. I just think that at the moment, on the position, the performances that we've had so far this season, I truly believe that Phoenix is ahead of him. We're just not at a point in the season yet where I can try Phoenix in a Premier League game, because we're just literally going Europe League, and then we've got Carabao Cup back in the league again. So it's just not the right time yet, but I suppose it is giving Walker a bit, another couple of chances to actually do something. But because if not, he very well could find himself out of the first team. But we need not to worry about that either at the moment, because again, Almiron has got in past Bola there. I'm not too sure about Bola, by the way, guys, as well. At the beginning of this season, he's looking a lot more vulnerable than he did in the Championship. So that's another area that needs to be kept an eye on. But Cook here, can he get this one back? Now he can, but Fletcher cannot hit it in time. Maybe I should have gone with Cook there. But yeah, and now we're in, and as you can see, because I've left it running just to prove to you guys that we are actually genuinely the better side in this game at the moment. We just need a goal while we're on top. to show for it, and could there be one here? Good bit of play there. Brown now onto his right foot. Fletcher's controls let him down a bit there. Bit of a half-assed attempt there by Walker to recycle it. Dyke Steele comes in, tries to put the cross in. We've recycled it on the edge of the box again here with Ferguson. It's into Akpom now. Nice spin, but there are just too many black and white shirts around at the moment. They're playing so deep, Newcastle. It is making it really difficult to get through. So with about 10 minutes to go now, we have absolutely dominated this second half. Newcastle have barely had a sniff of the ball. Sanson does have it here though. Pops that back off to Richie. We need to be careful here, guys. Richie's got it again. It's put in. It's well headed away. Ferguson has it now. Oh, why has he played it back there? Oh, that was supposed to go forward. I swear the passing on this game sometimes. And no. Not like that. Almiron has threatened in this half. He threatened at the end of the first as well to get his goal, but that Ferguson pass was supposed to go forwards. I've aimed it a little bit inside. It doesn't go back far enough to show you here. And even after that, we win the tackle with McNair, but he doesn't come away with the ball. And Almiron has punished us. That is devastating if that costs us 3 points. Oh, that's this game at the moment, and that's again the margins in the Premier League. That's not even an error as such really, but long before that, like I said, we've dominated this half without really looking like we're going to score. We might get something here again with Brown. Has to go backwards again. Can we hit this one? No. Everything's just covered right off at the moment. We just cannot get that half a yard to get the pass away. Can we put a ball in here with Dyke Steele maybe? Nope, and Walker's offside there. Oh, that could have been the last chance. It is painful, but before all of that happens, the point I was making, we should have scored and took the lead in this game, so we can't blame it just on that one incident. We've got to be better, but we're learning at the moment. We're still very early in this season. I do genuinely believe that there might be a call for a formation to have 3 central midfielders. It's got to be something that's got to be looked at. Surely he's offside there. He is indeed, and that is going to do it, guys, for this match. I think we'll give that away again just because of rushing really now. That is hard to take in the manner that it has happened, but I'm not going to moan too much because we have had more than enough of the ball, more than enough chances, more than enough opportunities to have won this game. We've not done it, and yeah, we've got to tighten up at the back. We can't forget about the first half. Just 2 attacks from Newcastle in the first half, get them 2 goals. Not good enough. Not good enough at all on our part. General performance is good. It's just a couple of things that we have to work on. That being said though, it is now time to start looking away from the pitch a bit and decide just what it is we're going to do with the transfer window. We've got 2 days left, tomorrow being deadline day. So it's time to just look at the squad and, like I say, decide what are we actually going to do? What are we going to leave for January, if anything? Do we need to change anything right away? I don't know. So let's go into the squad and let's have a look at what we've got. So here we are. We've got Akpom and Fletcher, which I'm happy with. Walker is the real outstanding change really. His overall's just not high enough and he's really not offering that much at the moment either. Stojanovic, he only faced 3-4 shots in the last game, conceded 3. Really disappointing. It's as if opponents get behind the back line in the Premier League, they're going to end up scoring. At the moment there's just not a lot of confidence there. And before today as well, to be honest, we've mentioned that a keeper could be on the way. Them are the only 2 positions really that I'm looking to strengthen, but again, just see before we go in if there's anything on these scouts lists. But yeah, again, we have to keep in mind that the board wants us to sign 3 South American players, and it is a high priority as well. And with us, even the low priority objectives this season, such as getting to the Europa League quarterfinals, I don't see that happening. So we really need to be looking at completing these high priority objectives in order to keep the job. And we've got a left back on the scouts list, as you saw there, Argentinian, so South American as well. He's as good as what we've got with Coulson and Boro. He's 3 years younger, I believe, as well. He was only 20. So at the moment, Boro again was a bit of a letdown in the last match, and he's not had the greatest start to the season, if I'm being honest. Maybe I should be playing Coulson more now we're in the Premier League. I don't know. We'll compare the two here. Both got 80 pace, both on an up 3 as well. Coulson's better at shooting, which doesn't really matter. He's better at passing, which matters a lot to me. Better at dribbling as well, but then his defending and his physicality is not as good, which could be a problem. So it's a tough one between these two, to be honest. There's not one, obviously, as you can see here, that's not outstandingly better than the other. They're both the same age, both have the same work rates. Bolo as well is just that little bit taller, which can be useful with headers on the back post. But considering that Bolo's had the start and had the games in the league and he's not really impressed, maybe we start Coulson and we bring this guy in as his backup almost, if we can get him on a rotation possibly. We're going to play his release clause as well, because that's going to work out cheaper according to whoever makes those valuations than it would be to negotiate with the club that he's at. So let's go in and see if we can get him. This one, guys, my hand's been forced. The board wanting these South American players. Didn't really want to do anything at left back as such. So yeah, we're doing this one to please the board more than anything. But in any event, we're here now. He is a good player to be bringing in as well. He's younger as well. Oh, he wants 5 years. That will do me nicely. No release clause, of course. The big thing now is going to be these wage hikes because of being in the Premier League. We'll see what we can get away with here. He's on 9.1 at the moment, so if we were to offer him 10 and maybe $250,000 signing on fee, let's see if he'd go for that. I'm just hoping he doesn't storm out here. We'll submit that off. And how stupid do these managers look, by the way? You just can't get away from it. He wants 20 grand and he wants a lot of money for clean sheets there. Honestly, the way we're playing at the moment, I'm half tempted to just let him have his clean sheets, because there's no way we're going to do that. But in any event, that is one in. That is one South American player through the door now. And maybe he's just a backup to both Coulson and Bolo at the moment. We'll have to wait and see how that develops. Right wing back, to be honest with you, Dijksteel's not doing too bad there. But I would really like to get Buta through the door. But in another way, why waste the money if we don't need to? I wasn't looking really to do anything at right back. Maybe just a cover for Spence, because there is a glaring, and there was in the Championship as well, gap between himself and Dijksteel when Spence plays. But we're already going to be changing the team up so much. To be honest, guys, I'm not feeling bringing so many new players through the door. It takes a bit away from the series for me, but I really feel like we have to get that objective done this season. Goalkeeper is obviously somewhere where I was looking to improve that position, so I don't mind this one so much. We've got a few players on the list, as you can see. Narrowing it down, no, Renarsen's not much better. I think he's actually the same rating as Stojanovic, so that wouldn't make sense. But we've got Ramsdale here and Henderson as well. Henderson's going to want a humongous wage. He's 82 rated though, but Ramsdale, actually, I don't mind. I think he's a good keeper in real life. I've never tried him on FIFA either. And I feel like it'd be a more realistic sort of transfer for us to be making than going and signing someone from United straight away. Yeah, I think I might go for Ramsdale, you know. The rest of our team is mid to high 70s at the moment, so he sort of fits in with what we've got at the minute, and if we don't manage to stay in the Premier League, he's not going to be on ridiculous wages as Henderson would be. So can we maybe offer Pairs, because guys, there's just no reason to keep him. Hazard is going to pass him at some point in his overall. Pairs had a lot of cup games in that last season to try and boost his overall, and he's just not really kicked on. So, but Sheffield United didn't want him anyway, which is really not that much of a surprise. 21 million, if we have to end up paying that, that's fine. He's going to be our number one keeper, so, but it's always worth trying to knock him down a little bit, and we've successfully managed to do that there. So we could have Ramsdale joining us now if we can get this contract done, which will then see Stojanovic drop to the bench, and Hazard will do what he's doing now and be playing in cup games, maybe some Europa League games if they're not too big of a game. And Ramsdale actually wants to join us for the 5 years, which is great to see. No release clause, of course. He's on 20 grand already, so I'm going to try something here, and I'm just going to offer him what he's on already. Give him $500,000 to sign on, and he's actually gone for it as well. So that's now Ramsdale through the door. He's not South American, but he fits what we're doing here. So now where do we look for the South American players? Not forgetting Patrick Roberts either for Walker. I'm almost sold on this now, to be honest. Again, it's one for realism, and I appreciate the comment that pointed that out to me. Didn't mean to do that one. So we're into transfer deadline now. We've got the 10 hours left. Patrick Roberts for Walker. Let's just have a look at the moment. This is our South American left back. Ramsdale obviously is going to go straight into the team. It might not be the team that plays the next match or the next league match, by the way. It's just I want to have an idea of where we are. So Hazard now comes to the reserves. We're going to keep our young South American in the reserves at the moment as well. It wouldn't be fair to drop Coulson and Boro straight away, but I have almost decided now that I'm going to give Coulson a chance in the first team in the Premier League. See if he can handle himself a little bit better than what Boro is doing. And that's what the first team looks like at the moment now. Ramsdale making it look a lot better on that back line there. Pairs now, because they didn't want him, Sheffield United may as well just go to the transfer list. Don't really see a use for him now, so yeah, we might as well do that. And then we'll head back over to the shortlist, because for me now, I would go and sign Patrick Roberts, and that would be our window done. But of course, I can't just do that at the moment because of this 3 South Americans. So with that being said, I'm going to get rid of some of these as well, because I just don't want to be bringing in too many players and making the squad unrecognisable. This guy here, I really am high on him. He reminds me a lot of the Ferguson transfer. It really excites me. High work rates, quite short and good balance, good agility. See, we've got another one here that we could bring in for South American purposes as well, and maybe just have him in the reserves, but don't 100% know how he would get into the team at the moment, to be honest. We could bring in Reina from Real Madrid, but I'm not going to. Troy is on the list because I think I mentioned it a bit earlier. With having Silas injured, it makes sense to have another option there, but it may just be someone that I'll bring in on loan. But before anything else, maybe we just do this Patrick Roberts deal now. Finesse, shot as a trait, technical dribbler, I think that is as well. Improve his weak foot, and we've got a hell of a player here. Maybe train him to centre mid as well, just in case we needed to play him there. But before that, we are actually going to go and try and loan in Troy Parrott. For me, this one is just about squad numbers. Like I said, I'm not interested in bringing him in full time, so we'll go for the year just because why not, really. And if they'll do a 50-50 split, that would be great. Will they go for that though? They will indeed, and it's up to Troy now whether he wants to join us. So that's that little bit of business out the way. It's now just the South American side of things and Patrick Roberts. I definitely am going to bring in Roberts, I think. But then this here is what's stopping me at the moment, is that I dubbed him the young Messi when we found him. The next Messi. He plays Cam as well. But I do want to try and keep this somewhat realistic, even though it's hard with this board objective. Can we get rid of Walker in this deal, since it's essentially him that Roberts is going to be replacing, and maybe offer about 7 or 8 mil just to sweeten that deal there. I don't think for 1 minute City will be interested, but it's worth a try. They're not interested, but they are willing to take 7.9 for Patrick Roberts, so we will go ahead and do that. And now let's see if we can get him through the door personally. I'm assuming he's probably going to want a crucial first team role, and I don't really want to give one out, so we're going to try rotation. He's gone for important. Okay, that's a nice little surprise there. He wants 4 years, so of course we're going to try and get the 5 out of him. We successfully managed to do that. He doesn't want a release clause, which is brilliant, but this wage is, yeah, it's going to be the highest earner in the team for sure. How much could we possibly bring him down by? This is a massive risk here. 30k, 6 probably isn't going to be enough. I just got this gut feeling he might storm out here. But actually he doesn't. He comes back with an offer of his own, 53. If he rounds it down to the 50, we got a deal there. Will you do that, Roberts? He will indeed. So there is our realistic signing through the door. Now it is literally just about the board objectives. I want to bring this guy in anyway. He looks just fantastic, and like I said, with his skills matched with his composure at his age and all of his traits as well. He has been Argentinian as well. He surely has to have that Messi connection around him. We're going to try and get him for the 5 years. He wants important as well. I have a feeling he will play a big part in the future of this series, so I have no bones about giving him what he wants there. So that is him through the door, and that is 2 South American players through the door now, so we just need the 1 more. Wait a minute, what? 1. Have I messed up somewhere here? I'm pretty sure we have bought in 2 Argentinians. Oh, please don't tell me I've messed up and wasted money on a signing we did not need to make right now. We've just bought in the young Messi. He is Argentinian. Obviously I know Roberts isn't, but we'll put him in the team just so, again, I've got that clearer idea of what's going on here. The young Messi has to go on the bench, so it is going to be Tavernier that loses out there. But yeah, Argentinian, that's 1. And obviously I know for certain that Almada, is it? Yeah, Argentinian, that's 2. So why is it not recognised? And why is it only saying that we've only bought in 1? We've been had over here, guys, I think. Yeah, it's still just got the 1 ticked when we've clearly bought the 2 in. That is very, very odd. Oh man, that sucks, to be honest. So there's 2 left here. They both play same position, probably in different ways though. This guy excites me anyway, and I did want to bring him in, so he will go great as a replacement for Ferguson when we have to rotate Ferguson out the squad. We've already got Guest, who is the replacement for Cook in my eyes when he has to be dropped out, rotated. So yeah, this guy wants important, which is fine. He's going to sit on the bench at the very least anyway. A little bit deflated actually, because this would be enough to complete the objective now if it recognised that we've bought all 3. The arrow's just gone up there now, so has that kicked it in maybe? No, it's still saying we've only done 2 of the 3. That is so frustrating. We're going to have to bring in another one at some point, but maybe it's somebody then who will just sit on the bench or in the reserves. Not a wasted player like that 19-year-old that you've just saw on the shortlist. Maybe we bring him in and we get rid of Saville, or we do get rid of Walker maybe. I'm not too sure at this point. I probably will definitely, guys, after everything that's gone on, because the team is going for a major overhaul at the minute. I did not want to do this way, but such is the strictness of the objectives. I really don't feel like I have much of a choice. But maybe we play the Villa game, so we finish off with the gameplay like I mentioned. That'll probably be highlights, because at the point that I'm saying this right now, we've been running for nearly 44 minutes. But yeah, I'll go away and just sit down and think about, before the next big game or the next Premier League game, what it is I actually want to do with the players we've got now. Normally, you know, if you saw the first season, I would do that after the first 10 games of the season, 10 league games that is, but with so many new faces coming through the door, maybe now is the time to sit down and do that. Carabao Cup, now we've got so many players, I do definitely want to stay in the Cup. I want to stay in the FA Cup, and I want to stay in the Europa League, because it is going to be difficult to keep all of these guys happy with a small number of games. So yeah, we need to be staying in the competitions now to keep the youth players growing, to keep the squad happy, the morale up. We need as many games as possible, and we want to be in all competitions and competing on all fronts anyway. But if we have to make a choice at some point this season, of course, staying in the Premier League is the number 1 priority. But yeah, I think for now we go through deadline day. We've done all of our business now. It's about players going out. Maybe, just maybe, I'll keep the scouts report and we try and find ourselves. Oh nice, Troy Parrott there has just come in as well. Yeah, maybe now I'll have to go away and find a South American player that is happy to just come in. I can't get him from the youth team either, I don't imagine, and he's happy to just sit in the reserves and get rotated during the cup competitions. Again, we just flick through the objectives there, and the only ones that are high this season are the youth academy ones, which we're working on, and also these transfer ones. We've got a transfer offer actually coming for Seville now, and it's for Genoa as well. Happy to let him go there. That's a nice little move for him over to Italy. But yeah, we need to get this South American thing sorted, get that ticked off. I have no doubt that we will score 15 goals in league games. That's a gimme. So that will then complete that objective. And of course, all we've got to do then is sign 2 defenders into the youth academy, and that's that one ticked off as well. And then that is our job safe for another season, I would imagine, because the rest are low and very low priority. But going through deadline day again, Seville's gone now. We've got an offer here for Pairs, which again, going to accept. Hopefully he will go on his way, because he's now not in the plans. We're much stronger in the goalkeeper position now. And with an hour left, that is probably going to be that. Did Pairs go? Did he not? We will find out in a moment. Phoenix wants to have a little chat about something here now, knowing that we will eventually be looking for a new cam. Trust me, the way you are playing at the moment, Tom, your future is more than safe. Oh, we've been offered the I-bar job here, which obviously I'm not going to take, but flattered, guys, flattered. And yeah, the youth academy report has came through. We got some nice players down here in the youth academy at the moment. Look at some of those minimum potentials. Absolutely crazy stuff. Quite a lot are in the high 70s, 80s. Maxes are in the high 80s to the high 90s for the most part. So the youth academy is looking really good at the moment. We're going to transfer this guy's position probably to centre back. We're stacked at the moment, I think, for left and right backs. So maybe one more does come through the door just for when Dyke Steele gets subbed out the team, like I say. But other than that, we're fine. But yeah, the youth academy is looking in real good shape. So that being said, it's time now to start putting the teams together. First team here, we've got now Fletcher, Akpom, Brown, Roberts, Cook, Ferguson. We've got Coulson, Azure, McNair, Dyke Steele and Ramsdale in goal. So happy with the first team. The bench, Pedro, Almada, Phoenix, Gorian, Wing. Evan obviously won't stay there. He's there because I've been trying to get him game time. I think Fry probably will go there. But we're going to actually take probably Wing out here because you know, guys, that I like an attacking bench. So we're going to put the young Messi back in for Wing. We can't take Phoenix off the bench because he's just performing too well. And normally the first team bench there will look like this with Fry on it. So that's how things are going to look in the first team. I don't think there's any more changes that I want to make there. But now we've got to put together the second team as well, because we're actually going to be using that in the game against Villa. For now, I think Tavernier. Now Almada's come in. I didn't want to do this again this season. I did want Almada, but not yet. But I just don't see where Tav fits in now, to be honest. We got Jeffrey as well. He's been playing really well. I think he actually goes in for Akpom here. So we've got 2 different types of player. Because he is still going to play up front until Silas gets back, Jeffrey. But then we got problems in that position. Nice problems, but problems nonetheless. When he goes back to being a cam. But for now, we're going to have Parrott, which I'm happy that he's here. He's a good player with a lot of potential, I would imagine, as well. We've got Joel Pedro. Almada comes in for Tavernier. Phoenix obviously keeps his place. We've got Guest and Gorian in the middle. Our new left-back Burnaby is going to come in as well in this team. And Havard now takes his place on the bench. I've got to put Stojanovic in there, messed up there, but yeah, against Villa I think Havard will play anyway, to be honest. And yeah, I think that is going to be it for this, guys. The Villa game is going to be the last one. It's going to be highlights. A lot has happened. I hope it's all made sense. I've kind of lost myself at points during this. So much has happened. But yeah, enjoy these highlights, guys, and I will see you all for the next episode. Thank you once again for watching. I cannot describe what it means to be bringing these to you, and hopefully giving you a bit of relaxation and enjoyment. But until the next one, guys, once again, my name's been Rich. This is RR37, and I will hopefully see you back for the next one. Bye bye.